get asked this question all the time. How do you find Airbnbs and hotels that allow you to stay with 3 large dogs? First off, they're not actually large dogs. A lot of people tell me they look way bigger on camera than they are. My dogs are all around 50 pounds and under. Memphis is 52.3. She's the only one over 50 pounds. Kira is 42 pounds and Eleanor is 43 pounds. So they're not actually big, large dogs. But that being said, yes, it can be difficult to find Airbnbs or hotels that allow you to stay with more than 2 dogs. A lot of places limit the stays to 2 dogs. So what do? I usually message the Airbnb hosts. I will send them pictures of the dogs. I will sometimes tell them a little bit about who we are and what we do, but not everybody can necessarily do something like that. Send pictures of your pets. Send pictures of your own house if you want. I've done that before. And I always tell Airbnb hosts, we bring our own vacuum cleaner. That is a huge thing for them. Like, we vacuum every day when we're at Airbnbs, just like we do at home. We vacuum, we clean up after the dogs. I try to make sure before we're staying in other people's houses that the dogs are very well groomed so that they're not shedding as much. I'll blow out their coats. I usually bring a brush with me, to just kind of keep that shedding down in the house. I think that makes a huge difference. I always explain to them that my dogs are seasoned travelers. We always clean up after our dogs. I always try to leave the Airbnbs we stay at cleaner than they were when we got there, which, normally they're pretty clean when we get there anyway, but we always try to do that. Sometimes if they request, we will even bring a sheet to throw over the beds or the furniture so that the dogs can still get up on the furniture, but they're not necessarily leaving fur everywhere. And then, like I said, the vacuum. I think bringing our own vacuum cleaner, when I talk to a lot of these people, is what really makes them go, oh, really? You bring your own vacuum cleaner? Like, not a whole lot of people do that. But the biggest thing is ask permission. It is so much easier to just ask permission to bring more than the limited amount of dogs that they allow. Talk to the people, just message them, reach out. That's all I ever do. Now, the same thing goes for hotels. Many hotels limit to the size of dogs and the amount of dogs. I'll call ahead. I'll ask to talk to a manager. Can I talk to a manager, please? And not in an attitude-y way. Be nice about it. Tell them, hey, we're traveling. The dogs are seasoned travelers. We bring a vacuum cleaner, blah, 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 blah. Most of the time, the hotels that I contact, I'll offer to pay a secondary pet fee because a lot of hotels have pet fees now. They say pet friendly, but then there's a pet fee. That doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. So a lot of times I'll tell them, hey, I'll just pay a secondary pet fee. If it comes down to it and we're traveling and we really need a place to stay and we don't have the RV and it does come down to a hotel and they won't work with us, unfortunately, we'll just pay for 2 rooms if necessary. I think we've only ever had to do that once, though. Most people are very understanding. But don't wait until you're there to do it. Call ahead, ask, hi, Miss Tippy Tappies. Ask, have the conversation. It's a lot better to be honest with people than to just try to sneak your dogs in. So I hope that helped. If you guys have more travel questions, leave them down below, and I'll try to answer them as I can.